Hey everybody, Steve here, and I'm going to talk to you about two important behaviors and practices that you should incorporate into your leadership, especially your team building if you want to have a super motivated and engaged team. The two key words are celebrate and evaluate. Celebrate and evaluate. These two words are important because they're both positive and constructively critical of the work that you do. First of all, celebrate. Celebration is huge because people are always locked in on what they don't do right. And they're always defensive or skittish about how people will comb over their work and criticize their work. You as a leader need to catch people doing something right. You need to really focus on their effort, their motivation, the time, the energy they spent. It's not going to be perfect work. If you did it yourself, it wouldn't be perfect work. And we know that one of the real obstacles to really building a team or delegating has to do with trusting people for results that might be lesser than the results you yourself would get. The rule of thumb is that if you can give somebody a task, a responsibility, and they can do the job 70% as well as you would, then you need to give them that task if they would like it, if they're willing to take it. Because with time, they'll move up to 80% is good, and 90, and maybe in short time, they might even pass your capability. And now they've got a really important job and a really important role, and you're not doing it. And, that is what team building, leadership development, and the body of Christ is really all about. Okay, so you want to entrust people with things. Someone has said it's a great thing when people trust their leaders. It's even greater when leaders trust their people. So be that leader who entrusts people with responsibility and then catches them doing something right. Catch them doing something right. They'll be harder on themselves most of the time than you ever could be. And so you don't need to pile on. Help them to see your appreciation, your recognition, and then let them self-evaluate. If you see something that needs to be pointed out, that comes in part 2 of this lesson, which is evaluate. Celebrate and evaluate. Certainly we want to do better. We want to do the best work we can do for people and for God. And, that comes from evaluating what we did and what we could do better. But they're going to receive that critique or even offer their own critique better if you catch them doing something right first. Once you've done, and I would say 80%, 90% of the work should go into celebrating people's achievements. It will motivate them, it will encourage them, and they'll work harder for you. Then 10, maybe 20% of your time might be devoted to what could we do better. And make notes of those things. Don't pile on. Don't rub anyone's nose in it. Just ask yourselves, what would we do differently if we knew what we know now after that event or that project? And it will always get better. So celebrate and evaluate and watch your team really become increasingly engaged. And we just did this morning. We just finished an Easter, busy Easter season. My team worked super hard, over and above. And so in our paradigm, we'll take them out to a nice breakfast and we'll catch up on life, and then we will really celebrate what went well and make notes of what we could evaluate and improve. And when we're all said and done, people really, really enjoy working on a team like that, and they give you their best. There you go. Celebrate and evaluate. Try it out. Tell me how it works for you. Take care, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.